Central Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
Come join New Mail Medical for their town hall at Golden Corral in the Villages on Wedgwood Lane, Tuesday, July 21st and Wednesday, July 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. Join renowned expert Dr. Christopher Asandra and get your questions answered. He will be discussing the importance of hormonal replacements and common misconceptions for men and women, as well as the importance of sexual health and anti-aging. Now, dinner and refreshments will be provided for those in attendance, along with door raffles and giveaways. But seating is limited, so please call today to reserve your space at the Golden Corral in the Villages on Wedgwood Lane. Call today, 404-4779. That's 404-4779. One more time, 404-4779. And make plans to join New Mail Medical.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
WWWOCA,
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
20 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. In about 15 minutes at 9:35, we have a really great interview I can't wait to share with you. If you're watching online on the streaming video, our guests will not be in the studio, but one of the guests has sent us a few photographs that I will be sure to put on the live stream of our interview so that you can see the two people who will be on the air with us. One of them is an author, an historian, a researcher. Her name is Sarah Moore, and she has written a book called Flying Colors, the story of Lieutenant Colonel Victor Tatelman. And Lieutenant Tatelman will be on the air with her, also on the phone. So she sent us some photographs. I was just looking at them, and I'll make sure that I put them on the live streaming video that we do as we're speaking to them. So anyway, that'll be in about 15 minutes. Right now, I got something a little fun I wanted to do. I wanted to share with you. I don't know how many of you are big fans of Disney World. I enjoy going to Disney World. I don't go often, and maybe that's why I like it so much. I think if you go too much, it gets to be a little bit too much, you know?
Yeah, sometimes.
But I have always enjoyed it. And so there was a story, and I guess I didn't realize it, but Friday was the 60th anniversary of Disneyland in Anaheim, California. The tickets for Disneyland 60 years ago was $1. Can you believe that? $1.
That's pretty awesome.
Do you know they were $15 to get into the Magic Kingdom and Epcot?
Right.
In 1982.
Uh-huh.
So as recently as 1982, it was $15 to get in. For some reason, I thought they were like way more expensive than that.
Oh, yeah, but that was still when they had the tickets, right? The ride tickets.
I think that's when you still had to get the...
Yeah.
You had to buy extra, whatever.
You had to buy, if you wanted to do a ride, you had to buy extra tickets for that.
So anyway, when Disneyland first opened up, there was a news release issued by the Associated Press, and I have it here somewhere. That's what I wanted to read to you. I want to read to you the actual news release from 1955, July 16th, 1955.
That is cool.
For what it's worth. Just something fun.
I think it's awesome.
Something trivial in a way. So the Associated Press reporter who wrote the piece I'm going to read to you is Bob Thomas. He wrote a story about the imminent opening of an elaborate theme park in California that was conceived by Walt Disney. The park opened on the next day, which was July 17th. Like the animator and the entrepreneur, Disneyland was ambitious and imaginative, a real-life playland for children and adults. Bob Thomas, a longtime Hollywood reporter for the Associated Press and the author of a Walt Disney biography, died in 2014. He wrote that Disneyland cost $17 million to build and that no detail was spared. He also noted that a day trip was doable, but, quote, you would no doubt end up with a headache. 60 years later, the Associated Press is making this report and photos available. So there are photos online, too. I don't have them. Not that I could use them. I guess I could put them on the live stream. But anyways, here's the article that Bob Thomas wrote. This was published July 16th, 1955. Walt Disney's 20-year dream comes true tomorrow when the gates of the $17 million Disneyland opens for the first time. This is the modern wonderland that a mouse built. Well, Mickey Mouse started it anyway. The cartoon star was the first success in the fabulous career of Walt Disney. Then came the Three Little Pigs, Donald Duck, Pluto, Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs, Dumbo, Pinocchio, and a host of other characters who became famous around the world. Somewhere along the line, the cartoon wizard got the notion for an amusement park. Not the usual Coney Island affair, but an imaginative playground that would delight young and old. Disney made his move a year ago. He succumbed to the lure of television and arranged to tie in the TV show that he hosted with the Disneyland park. A survey showed that this citadel of sunshine and orange groves, accessible to 10 million population, was the best location. Of course, that would be Anaheim, California.
Yeah, but 10 million in Anaheim.
A year later, the brightly painted Disneyland is open for business. 22,000 invited guests are expected to pour into the park tomorrow for the opening festivities. They include mayors and officials, education leaders, and businessmen from Southern California, press from throughout the nation, movie stars, and their children. The opening ceremonies will be telecast by ABC from 5:30 till 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, with Disney, Art Linkletter, Irene Dunn, Fess Parker, Davy Crockett, and others.
How cool is that? There's got to be an archive of that footage somewhere.
Some 2,500 men were laboring to finish Disneyland for the premiere. Despite the last-minute rush, the entire park has been planned down to the smallest detail, and Disney is a great stickler for detail. The interior of the railroad station, for example, had to be designed with the ornate woodwork of the 1900 period. The 72 horses on the $102,000 King Arthur's carousel were rebuilt so they would appear to be leaping instead of merely galloping.
Wow.
The site of the park was a 160-acre orange ranch just off of the Santa Ana Freeway. The plan was drawn up with an old-fashioned city park at the hub and the realms of Fantasyland, Frontierland, Adventureland, and Tomorrowland fanning out in 4 directions. The Disney people estimate a patron need travel no more than 1.4 miles to see the whole place. Now in Disney World, you're walking 12 miles, right?
Yeah.
Disneyland had cost its backer $17 million. What will it cost the doting father who brings his family here? Well, Pa, you'll have to shell out $1 apiece for you, your wife, and your other grown-ups you bring along. The kids get in for 50 cents.
Wow. How cool is that?
You probably could have a good time without spending more. There are many arresting sights to see, and many industrial firms have fascinating exhibits for free. But the chances are the kids will hound you into buying them tickets on the 35 out-of-this-world rides. If you are a glutton and try everything, it could cost you $8.70 for yourself and $5.15 for each tot.
Wow. Isn't that something?
You can take a trip around the whole park on a miniature railway that costs 50 cents for yourself and 25 cents for the children. For the same prices, you can travel down an American riverway on the paddle wheeler Mark Twain, take an excursion boat through land, and be scared by the lifelike animals or be rocketed to the moon.
Oh, cool.
Most of the other attractions run around 35 to 25 cents for adults and 25 to 10 cents for children. How long will the visit take you? You could probably do it in one day, but you'd no doubt end up with a headache. The Disney people expect patrons will spend an average of 4.5 hours in the park. They anticipate 60,000 people a day, but will try to hold the total at one time to 46,000 people.
Gosh.
If we get over that amount, we'll probably close the gates, said an official. We don't want to jeopardize the enjoyment of those who have paid to get in, unquote. Anyway, so that was the article that was originally published by the Associated Press in 1955 on July 16th. And again, it was written by reporter Bob Thomas, who also wrote the biography of Walt Disney. And Bob Thomas himself just passed away last year, 1 year ago. So,
gosh, isn't that something?
Interesting little thing. Makes me want to go back to Disney. I haven't been.
Oh yeah, it does.
So long.
It does. I mean, it's been so long since we've been.
So real quick, since I have an extra minute here, the prices of Disney. Let's see. Started out as $1. Let's see. And now February of this year. Oh no, February of last year. Oh, I don't have all the way till today. But February of last year, $99 for the Magic Kingdom. I think it's $115 now, right?
You said $105 in your News Bites piece for one day.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's everything. I mean, all the rides. And I do remember when you had to just pay, one fee to go into Disney, and then you bought the tickets.
Yeah.
And that was so cool.
All right. Let's move forward. We've got a really great interview coming up. Sarah Moore and Lieutenant Colonel Victor Tatelman. Can't wait to speak to them, and I will put on the streaming video that we do as we speak to them. I'll put some photos of them so you'll be able to see what they look like. The book that we're focusing on is titled Flying Colors, the story of Lieutenant Colonel Victor Tatelman. We'll be right back with that.
News Radio. I'm